if you're a new developer and you're considering, maybe I should become a regional center. I've been hearing so much about it with the gold card now. Um, you know, I mean, like to Sebastian's point, EB-5 typically, that capital comes in cheaper, right, than the market. But there's reasons for that. And I was actually talking to a local developer here in Dallas, had lunch with him, and he did EB-5 pre RIA with a totally separate company, vertically integrated developer. Um, and he just wanted to get together, hear what's going on with the industry. He said, I do not want to get back into it. I actually am about ready to sell my company. And he's like, Noreen, I did not realize I was going to be with these people for 10 plus years. And when I first got into it, he's like, yeah, we were all trying. I mean, he raised, right, when before retrogression had fully was fully aware in China. And he was like, I'm trying to sell my company, but I still have to have money at risk. I did not know that I was getting into this for 10 plus years. Everyone in my company that did EB-5 besides me is gone now. He's like, this is an incredible administrative burden. And so I think it's really important for anyone that is like a developer that's considering, getting into EB-5 to understand sort of the life cycle. Like we talk a lot about for an investor, what the investor life cycle is. But as a regional center, right, you also have the life cycle, and it's not just of the project, right? Because this specific developer was like, well, I have all the confidence in the world that I can repay my investors. You also have to look at the life cycle of your investors, and retrogression obviously happened pre RIA. It's going to happen. It's happening now. We don't know the time frame because of the lack of transparency of the USCIS. But if you're a new regional center, there's so many facets of the EB-5 program that you really have to consider if you want to jump in or if you work with a regional center. And it's just really, really important. Like Sebastian brought up bridge financing and how they bridge their EB-5 raises. I mean, that's a slippery slope if you don't do that correctly, and could be an easy, denial if it's not well documented. And so I think it's just a good example of some of the nuances that the EB-5 business has. And so, here's a plug like Dan was talking about. You have to, find really good people who have been in the business for a long time. And if you want to be a regional center, then you're looking at the various service providers, you're looking at immigration attorneys, and to everyone's point, you have to vet the regional center, but the service providers, those other ancillary pieces, just as much as the regional center because they're integral in the process. Because I mean, it's all about, right, it's the immigration side, which is the TEA, will it create the jobs, and then it's the financial side, it's the feasibility, can it service the debt, is it going to be able to repay or refinance at the end, with a whole lot of nuances thrown in between.
I think what you're saying is hugely helpful and very important. I think that regional center operators, they see their deals, they see what's happening with their projects, they talk to others in the business, but certain service providers, especially a lot of the immigration law firms, they see a huge swath of different types of deal structures, different types of adjudication patterns and trends from USCIS, and really being in this business and arming yourself with that kind of information is just critically important to be able to see a path forward. Because for the regional center itself, as you said, it's a multi-year process that we're in.